In 1882, Friedrich Nietzsche described a demon creeping into your bedroom during your loneliest hour to deliver a single message. Every pain, every joy, and every sigh of your life will return, innumerable times, with nothing new in it. The visitor adds no new information about the world. It is a test of translation. Everything depends on how you read the message. You can either gnash your teeth and curse the demon, or answer, "Thou art a god, and never did I hear anything so divine." This 19th century thought experiment is the literal architecture of Denis Villeneuve's Arrival. Villeneuve expands the demon's bedroom to the size of a planet. 12 black shells settle over the earth like a sentence with 12 clauses, forcing a species to decide in real time if the word at the heart of the message means weapon or gift. Humanity hears the message before understanding it, reaching for the worst translation available. The alien shells represent an uninvited intelligence and a message that is also a test. Global institutions attempt to render the unknown into a threat model with coordinates. They rely on an ancient epistemology of checkpoints, perimeters, and extraction, as if they can split the deep like a muscle to build an orderly sky. Driven by this institutional fear, the world flattens a complex, overdetermined alien sign into a single fluent guess. They choose the word weapon because it fits the receiving culture's grammar of expectation. This default translation risks global annihilation. By reading for threat rather than meaning, humanity nearly ends its story before it can truly begin. Louise Banks operates by a different method. She is a contractor for the military who chooses to read against the war machine. She understands that communication without exposure is impossible, so she strips her barriers to become perceivable. Genealogy is her superpower. She digs beneath concepts to find the drives fossilized inside them, translating the Sanskrit word for war not as a polite argument, but as a desire for more cows. She finds the appetite buried inside. This diagram shows the consequence of her fluency. Immersing herself in the heptapod language rewires her brain to perceive time as a simultaneous block. Sequence dissolves into an all-at-once figure, where birth and death are merely regions of the same ring. This perception carries a horrific pulse. She simultaneously experiences the joy of birth and the inescapable foreknowledge of her daughter's disease. Understanding the universe's ultimate shape grants no power to fix it. Louise is trapped in the discovery that you cannot will the beloved particular with willing the entire chain of woe that follows. A skeptic might look at this fixed future and see only resignation, a prisoner who lies down in the road because nothing can be changed. Nietzsche's amor fati, or the love of fate, is the radical counter to that resignation. It is the discovery that greatness consists of wanting nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. We can see the mechanical difference here. The fatalist watches fate from the balcony. The Nietzschean realizes they are a load-bearing gear inside the block. Fate is not a spectacle you watch. It is a structure you are a member of. Louise proves she is a participant rather than a spectator. Resignation waits for the future to arrive, but Louise intentionally initiates her own tragedy. She asks Ian the demon's question in civilian clothing, then says yes twice. She is building her fate with her own wadi, on purpose, at the moment of its greatest avoidability. Louise authors her own wound because she wills the entirety of the journey. She makes of the necessity of vocation, turning the sentence of doom into a coronation. Popular culture often looks for the Nietzschean hero among the conquerors, the oilmen or the anarchists who burn things down. They fail Nietzsche's actual test of translation. Louise Banks passes by listening more than she speaks. She revalues the language of her daughter's execution, transforming the word unstoppable into an affirmation of her daughter's swimming and poetry. A linguist in a hazmat suit succeeds where the warriors fail. She reads the hardest message possible without taking revenge on the messenger. The film's structure ensures we experience the future exactly as Louise does. Villeneuve masks the ending as the beginning, presenting the opening montage of the daughter as a flashback. This creates a literal loop for the audience. On a second viewing, the viewer shares Louise's tragic foreknowledge. We see the wound from the first frame, knowing the real is fixed and nothing can be changed. Despite knowing exactly where the story leads, we knowingly elect to sit through the grief again. we perform a minor, real instance of the thing the film is about. By hitting play on Arrival, we answer the demon's question for ourselves. We prove that human nature can look directly at a fixed, painful circuit and still say, yes.